Greetings from the Northwoods of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. I'm Natasha, your plant-centered lifestyle guide, and you're tuned in to my weekly video where I provide tips and inspiration for those on their plant-centered journey. Now, today I want to talk about the topic of added oils. I have done videos on this in the past, and I will link a couple of them above so that you can look at those previous videos. Today, I just want to do a basic reminder about why added oils in our meals is not a good idea. And yes, this goes against a lot of popular thinking that, oh, what about the Mediterranean diet? And shouldn't you be putting olive oil on things? Isn't that, heart healthy? And doesn't your brain need fat in order to exist? Well, all of those questions are out there floating around. And the research simply doesn't support the need for our bodies to have added oil. Now, fat is important in seeds and nuts, things like avocados, in the whole form, when there's also other nutrients present and there's things like fiber. Again, all of those components in food work together with that fat so that our body utilizes it. Now, I want to share with you an excerpt. Well, actually, it's a quote that was written by one of my instructors during a back and forth conversation in my plant-based nutrition program that I took through eCornell and the T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies. I just received my plant-based nutrition certificate, and I'm very excited about that. And one of the great things about the program is all of the discussion that we had between my classmates and instructors, and the topic of added oils came up very frequently. And I had one instructor who said something that I felt was particularly powerful. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to read that excerpt. I actually saved it. So consider that all oil, even the finest olive oil, is 100% fat, and 14% of it is saturated fat, which we've been told for years saturated fat is not good for us. Any oil immediately suffocates the fragile endothelial cells of the arteries and vessels and keeps them from moving freely. Endothelial cells are the lining cells of those arteries and vessels. Then it takes time for the body to clear it out. It's very easy for our bodies to store this fat, and it can also stay in the blood vessels, adding to plaque. Oil is not a natural food. It's an isolated and concentrated part of a plant extracted. So it has no fiber to mitigate how quickly it gets into the blood, and it is associated with cardiovascular disease. Now, that's something that many people also don't realize. It's not just animal fats that are associated with heart disease. It is also these added oils from plants. Oil starts to degrade as soon as it is separated from the plant. Oil further oxidizes in the body and creates toxins that can be damaging to cells. The one thing that I would like to add is that added oils have been shown to have a very strong correlation to inflammation in the body. And as we know, inflammation is often linked to disease. So putting added oil into our body on a regular basis is only going to increase that inflammation, when in fact, all of us really want to be healthy and vibrant and to decrease inflammation in the body. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I cook then? And oh my gosh, there's added oil in everything, like crackers and cookies and any of those foods that are packaged or processed. How do I avoid added oils? Well, as I mentioned, I have done videos before, and I will put them up above, that will give you some tips and some ideas about how to cook without added oil, and also how to avoid oil in processed packaged foods. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope what this did is planted a seed in your mind that will continue to grow about not including added oils in the way that you eat. Have a great week, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.